Hello, YouTube. My name is Plazukas, and I don't often talk about personal information regarding Tectone's roommates. However, Tectone likes to talk about his roommates, and therefore I will react to them. And I did a video about Laro, and I said that he was getting kicked out to have genocide come in, and maybe it's a little bit hyperbolic, but I didn't think that he was going to cover it on his stream, but I should have because Tectone covers everything on his stream to make him look like he is this very kind, compassionate person. And so he talks about Laro. And I did not know the age of Laro. And I don't really know the age of Sophie or Sophia. I don't know her real name. But I believe she's younger as well. And it just got me thinking, what is this 30-year-old, 33-year-old doing with all these very young people? Now, I've already said that his audience is super young. I've already said that. Under 25, most likely 16. And his immaturity and the way he acts on stream indicates that as well. But today we're gonna just kind of go over what he talks about with Laro. I only watched like 20 seconds of this, so I don't know how long this lasts. If it's something that he can farm, he'll probably really take like 5-10 minutes for it. He might even make a more Tectone video about it because this is Tectone. But we're going to find out.
Biggest one is that his family isn't really in that good of a spot. And so he needed to go back and like help support them during their time of need, which is just like, that's a very noble thing to do. But also, him and I's relationship, it became pretty bad.
Well, I'm not going to speculate too much, and I don't know if you get into a Tectone, but it's convenient that Genocide's going to move in. I know I was being hyperbolic, but then again, it's probably true what I said.
The problem with our dynamic is that when I first met this guy, it was like 5.5 years ago. I think he was like 18.
18. 5.5 years ago. Potentially, Tectone was 28. Laro was 18. That's a 10-year gap. How many friends do you have that are 10-year gaps? I mean, obviously, you have Gotcha in common. You have lollies in common, potentially. Someone 18 probably would just be transitioning out of lollies into mature women. But you're like 28, So that's a bit weird, in my opinion, Tectone. What are you doing with 25-year-olds, 18-year-olds when you're 28? What is going on, man? What, you take this person as a stray off the street?
When we first started talking, we were playing Among Us together.
Okay, Among Us. So you had some connection online while you were a content creator, potentially? That ain't weird. 18-year-old as a 28-year-old. Okay, go ahead.
And we played Among Us every day for a year and a half.
Wait. Every day for a year and a half. Wait. So he was 16? He was 16 and a half? Wait. You as a 26-year-old play with a 16-year-old? Am I right? Is that right? Was that a normal thing that you did with your community back then? Was play with all these kids? On like games and stuff? I'm not insinuating anything else, but at the same time, like, access is usually how these things develop. I don't know the timeline. I'm confused.
And then when I got divorced, I was like, damn, bro, I'm lonely as fuck.
So let me get this fucking straight. This guy was 16 and a half years old when you started talking to him.
You want to come live with me?
Want to come live with me?
And he was one of my mods at this time because we met in the Discord. We played Among Us together. I made him my mod. He was in every single stream. He's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll come move in right now. Gets on his motorcycle and drives 26 straight hours And then he lives with me for free for like 2.5 years. Talking, we were playing Among Us together. My best friend for years now. One of the most consistent people in my life, but him moving out was a combination of a lot of things. The biggest one is that his family isn't really in that good of a spot. And so he needed to go back and like help support them during their time of need, which is just like, that's a very noble thing to do. But also, him and I's relationship, it became pretty bad. The problem with our dynamic is that when I first met this guy, it was like 5.5 years ago.
5.5 years ago. We got to get the timeline right. 5.5 years ago would have been height of COVID, 2020. Or maybe not the height of COVID. So it would have been January of 2020. COVID started right around that time, right? Or it was like in the middle? Okay. So January, whatever.
I think he was like 18.
18. Think he was like 18. Think he was like 18. That's convenient. Think he was like 18. So you met him? Wait, you met him?
When we first started talking, we were playing Among
Okay, when you first started talking. Playing Among Us.
Us together. And we played Among Us every day for 1.5 years.
So if that's correct, you think he was 18. Was he 17, Tectone? 1.5 years. So from there, so January would have been July of 2021. Would have been the timeline if, well, it would have been either January or July of 2021.
And then when I got divorced, I was like, damn, bro, I'm lonely as
I think that checks out.
fuck. You want to come live with me? And he was one of my mods at this time because we met in the Discord. We played Among Us together. I made him my mod. He was in every single stream. He's like, oh, yeah, sure. I'll come move in right now. Gets on his motorcycle and drives 26
That ain't.
straight hours.
Yeah. See? And Sophie did the same thing recently. I think Sophie's from New York or from the East Coast, right? Again, these things that develop when you're a content creator. He was a content creator during that time. He was at the height of his career, essentially. So he had a lot of impressionable young kids watching him. Most likely, Laro was in the chat before he was 18. So it was kind of like one consider it Groomed, and he became his mod. Mods. Discord mods, Reddit mods, Twitch mods. They're just fucking like, people that are like literally hard up for their content creator. It's actually cultish shit. Like, I was watching a content creator that I've never seen before. He was talking about Clearwater, Florida, being the home of the I can't think of the name of the religion, but anyway, the one that Tom Cruise is associated with. And he was talking about how they like took over the whole city and stuff like that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, that's a cult, obviously, in many aspects, right? And like, that's looked at negatively. And Twitch is not looked at negatively. Like, all this stuff is not looked at, to the extent that it should be.
And then he lives with me for free for like 2.5 years. Things were great. Things were good.
Yeah.
But a lot of bad precedents were being set up from the get-go.
Really? What was that? First of all, you were older than him. He was 18, barely 18, potentially not 18 as well. I guess there's an issue with timeline.
Because the reason why our relationship got bad was that I don't know when it happened.
He wasn't successful. He didn't get over 100 CCVs daily for his content creation.
But eventually,
he stopped modding for you.
Eventually, I started treating him like my son.
That's just fucking weird, man.
And not my friend. And I don't think that's necessarily too healthy.
You should not be talking about this. This may be one of the worst looks I've ever had to comment on, especially with everything else that's happened in the last week. I mean, I don't know if this is crashing out, but in my opinion, this is pretty much a crash out.
uh, of um of a relationship. To be completely honest, I legit saw him as my kid.
Yeah, this is another one of those dynamics that exists with people that are abusive as well. It doesn't just affect the individuals that you're in relationships with potentially as far as like, romantically. It can happen throughout your entire friend group. And so bringing in people like that and consider them your son, that just creates a fucking weird ass dynamic, man. I'm not gonna lie, because he's not your son. I could go so much more aggressively, but I'm not going to.
You know what I mean? And it's like, he's a grown ass adult.
Eggy love.
Barely. At least I don't know the timeline, but he's barely an adult when you met him. And he probably was an adult when you actually met him.
But like, I
All
think
is
because
well.
I wanted the kid so bad.
Oh my fucking God. Shut the fuck up.
That I think that like I just saw him as something to take care of, and so I would I would get him everything he wanted, make sure he was fed and watered for a while, and that he had shelter. But then he realized, wait a minute, this isn't good.
Yeah, maybe at the time when everybody started talking about you being a control and manipulative monster, and then he started seeing the signs about how his friendship slash parental weird fucking shit. And then if we go back to his thing, he said he was sexually assaulted. And I know it was just meant to be a joke, but at the same time, like, is that a cry for help?
Like, this isn't healthy. And so he told me, John, I don't want your help with anything. Like, let me stand on my own 2 feet. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I'm sure he was probably sick of you controlling him, living his life for him, and you welcome that. You were willing to do that. That's weird ass shit, Tectone. That's weird ass shit. I'm not even calling you by your real name. I should. I should definitely do that now, but I'm not going to because I don't make it personal.
Right? And so for 7 months, I shit you not, this guy would just not eat for days.
Love their work. Keep going.
Because he had no fucking money. He had no fucking money, right? And he tried to make it as a Twitch streamer, but it was really hard to balance out because, well, unfortunately, we lived in a house with this one person who made it pretty hard for anybody in this house to be like happy.
Yeah, I don't think that's accurate.
And I'm gonna pause the music for this part.
I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Laro sent that little thing at the tail end of that message that when he was saying goodbye about Pink. I wonder if Tectone's gonna use it.
Because this is kind of where our relationship kind of got a little bit messy. Because we lived with this person in our house that would just complain and cry and bitch and moan.
Yep. Trying to use this example to further exasperate the other. I mean, in both cases are really disturbing, to be honest.
24/7, who would go after me for who I was friends with, constantly complain about Laro, and I'll be real.
Just remember when I said that I had not watched that past the 2 seconds, and I thought this was going to be a long one, because any time that Tectone can actually, and to his community, this is a very sympathetic story to them. They don't look at it as anything, dangerous, manipulative, toxic, or any of the other things that we've been talking about, cultish, sheepist. herdist, or even slavery, free labor, essentially, that he got out of Laro for being a mod and stuff, and for doing errands and shit, which is what you would pay someone for services for.
Her complaining just got me to not like him for like 2 weeks. I just wanted the bitching to stop. I just wanted the bitching to stop. And eventually it got me to be like upset with Laro, which is a feeling I've never felt toward him before. And we talked it out and we got.
So let me get this straight. Once Pink fulfilled your need of loneliness effectively, you disassociated with Laro, and your narrative is that Pink basically got you there, but that's not the reason, potentially. Whatever services or, things he were providing you, you no longer needed from him, essentially, because Pink was doing that for you.
Through it, but man, that was fucking rough. And I think we really needed space after that, but we never got it. We never got space. And man, I don't even want to tell that guy's truth. I don't want to tell that guy's perspective on.
Here we go. Set it up for him to be able to say something later in regards to Pink to make her look worse, potentially.
On things.
And then because he took Laro under his, wing, essentially. I'm sure with Laro, even though he might now see some of the things that Tectone is being accused of, or being just observed, he may look at that as like questionable, but he still probably has Tectone's back at the end of the day.
But it was so bad. It was so fucking bad. Maybe he'll make a YouTube video one day talking about my.
This is gonna be a YouTube video. Anything that you can do to make yourself look better than you are, which this, I think, makes you look probably the worst. Everything, like, there's so many things that you do that indicate that you have some really severe issues. If you're watching this now, and this is at the end of the video, and my glasses are like this, I had to stop the video because I had company. So we're going to finish this. Yep.
Experience with Tectone. He made a Twitter post, which,
Oh, of course he's going to reference the Twitter post. He knows no bounds. And I'm going to be honest. The fact that Laro says all the things he does on that now probably indicates that Tectone had some hand in it. Probably the end of it where he talked about Pink, and then this whole narrative now that he can talk about Pink and just smear her name even more, was probably all orchestrated, to be honest.
I'll read to you guys.
He doesn't know any fucking bounds, man. Why can't he just keep this shit off? This is that parasocial shit that happens online. Man, just trying to further deepen your connection with your community. It is absolutely vomit-inducing.
I already miss this guy, man. I already miss this guy so much. I really do. Oh God, why can I not find his Twitter page? It's because his name is so
comfy.
His name is so goofy. Is it like Adam Laro? Do any of you guys know Laro's Twitter?
This guy doesn't even know his own friend's Twitter account. Doesn't even know his real name. He acts like he's so sad that he's gone. That this is a friend of 5.5 years. And this guy doesn't even remember this guy's Twitter account. Yeah. Super close. Yeah. I weren't using you the whole time, Laro. Yeah.
Twitter? Straight up, dude. I cannot find it. Check your replies.
Maybe you're banned.
Yeah, can you just link me it? Oh, thank you, man.
Literally has to get linked his own friend's Twitter account. That is like worse.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Zokuva. Yeah, so he put out a post, but I want to get through this real quick. So
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Reset the narrative. Keep on going. It's always a fucking agenda with you, Tectone. Always an agenda, my friend. Always an agenda.
we eventually got that chick out of our life.
Yep. Bringing it back to pink. This is expressly for the commentary about pink right now. Like, again, this is going back to that video that he criticized MTash for being MTash, not hex use. Again, this is about Tectone. This has nothing to do with Laro. Actually, Laro might just be a victim from what it sounds like.
And that was really good. And things were really great for a little bit. But then he got a job. And man, when this dude had an opportunity to make money, bro worked his ass off. Bro was working like 12, 13 hours a day, got promoted. Who the chick? That's pink.
You held him back. Yeah, he's going to say who it is. You held him back. Yeah, like most people do when they're in a very abusive relationship. You hold them back for your own reasons, for your own needs. Sickening. A good friend is going to ensure that their friend excels and achieves their goals and does not actually fall behind, or does not contribute to that, at least.
Bro got promoted like 2 times in like 2 months. Bro was fucking owning, bro. Bro was fucking owning. But I think somewhere along the line, when you live in Austin, Texas, yo, Mr. Pokey.
The full circle. Mr. Pokey's back raiding Tectone. Did Mr. Pokey see the numbers drop and he thought he had to come back to the circle? I thought Mr. Pokey was doing fine. I don't know what the deal is behind the scenes, but he was actually maintaining quite a bit of viewers, but maybe it was leeching. Maybe it was slowly eroding and he saw the signs and he had to come back.
Mr. Pokey, thank you, thank you, thank you. And by the way, editor, when I turn off the music, make sure to put on other music in the background that's like
So this is actually a video. Yeah.
deep and heartfelt and like kind of like
Now he's playing it up. Now he's playing it up because he knows if someone comments or if someone in his chat is actually reading into this, that they could, indicate as much. So he's going to act like he knows this already and that this is just a show in a way.
emotional. I just can't handle music right now. That doesn't mean that I don't want music in my videos. As a note going forward, editor, I would like you to put music in all of my videos.
So that when people react to them, they have issues because of the music.
So I hope that you're watching this and you'll do it. Like preferably like soundtracks from like Claire Obscure or like Skyrim or Oblivion, or talk to the other editors for really good OST. But I would really generally just like a nice soft OST playing in the background. I should probably DM you that, but I'm
Right. Again, to make it more emotional, to make it more so that he connects with his audience. This is all about connection, man. It's not about just content. It's about connection. How much do you love me? How much would you, if I asked you to move from across the earth to come stay with me? Do you love me that much? I.e. Sophie, i.e. LaRue, i.e. Mr. Pokey, i.e. Box.
already here, so I'm just going to tell you that now. Cut all that out. Anyways.
Yeah, of course. Well, we're not cutting it out. It's right here. It's preserved in its full, transparent debauchery.
Oh, and also, cut out any periods where I don't seem like I'm speaking like fluidly.
Oh, so now he's telling his editor, which is new apparently. He had to get a new editor because his other one probably quit.
Like make me
Probably not getting paid enough.
sound like I'm really on top of things and I'm smart. Try to make me seem smart. Cut all that out. Cut all that out. All right, we're back. But yeah, he got a.
Wow, he even took a deep breath. This guy is very good at acting. Like, I mean, I can't say that he doesn't have an emotional range, but very good actor.
Job. He worked his ass off. He started making hella money. And I remember something I never realized, which was for about a year, he stopped going out with us anywhere because he started feeling like ashamed of us having money and him not having money. But when he got money again and he started coming out, it was really nice. But in the Austin area, I'm just going to be real.
Yeah, go ahead.
People majorly do not give a fuck about you at all unless you can do something for you. Yeah, unless you can do something for
Fuck is this about?
them or you can get them somewhere, they're going to treat you like a second or third class citizen. It's the truth. I mean, it's to a point where like people will invite, and this is what really upset them, people would invite Laro out places, and then when he would show up, they would say, why didn't you bring Tectone? And then they would just ignore him. Which is insane. And that's not just a thing for Laro. That's something to my other friends as well, where people...
Because you stripped them of their identity. Tectone. That is not on them. That's on you for cultivating this fucking weird ass familiar relationship with Laro. Okay, and you strip their identity away. That's you, brother. That's you and your circles of friends and all the fucking people that he associated with in that place. He never had an identity of his own because you never let him. Sycophantic, man.
People will just try to use...
And what is Austin now? Austin's the new LA? And we're going to justify that? Everybody's like, Austin's so much better. Why? Because it's like LA of the 50s? Does that make it better? Because I can tell you stories about 1950s LA. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm not saying it's any better now, but...
use you for your connections. And the thing is, Laro is one of the best people that I've ever met in my...
Yeah, I'm sure. Really easy to be used. Got him at a young age. Great. Good job, Tectone. Something to be proud of.
my whole life. And unfortunately, you know, Austin area is really like who you know. It is. It is. It's a place of who you know, a place where who will stab you in the back, a place where no one is willing to even give you a molecule of benefit of the doubt if it means jeopardizing any aspect of any career for a slight inconvenience. They will cut you off. They will forget that you exist. They do not give a fuck about you unless you can benefit and further
Is he projecting too, as well?
their career.
Is he projecting? Is this more okay? Is this more about Tectone than it is indicative of Austin? Wait, this explains a lot. This is basically everything that I've been saying. And he just revealed the truth about how he thinks. Laro became somebody that he could not use and abuse, potentially use. Okay, use. The other part it's just an observation. But use.
Now, the good news is I actually sat in a room with 3 of my friends the other day, and I shit you not, we just wrote on this board every person in Austin who absolutely, where is that? Okay. We wrote a board on Austin, people who actually don't suck dick, right? And we were dooming really hard. But after we wrote out the whole board, I would like to say there's at least 23 to 24 people who are actually pretty good people, right? And that's a pretty good amount.
So, are you telling me that you took the friends that you currently have now, because Laro is leaving, and you cultivated a list of approved friends that they can hang out with, that you feel like is beneficial to you? That's weird as fuck. They should be able to organically get friends of their own. The conditions of them staying at your house should not be that they can only be friends with the people that you approve, Tectone. That is cultish behavior. That is abusive behavior.
That's a pretty good amount.
If you see this before you make this video on YouTube, I recommend you don't make it.
I would like to go on record saying NMP is on that list. Okay, that guy's getting a lot of shit right now. I genuinely believe NMP's a great guy.
Of course you do. Of course you do. I mean, I would say this is a stretch, but your friends probably have some issues of their own, to be kind.
Right? I know everybody else is like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. He's going through controversy. I don't care. Straight up, I don't care. I think Nick's a great ass dude. I think
Yeah, Nick's a great ass dude. He's dating somebody young, 10 years younger than him. 2 times. Married one, and then another relationship with another. Apparently, it's Kachi is 10 years younger than Nick. You, relationship with Laro, 10 years younger potentially. I mean, friendships, obviously, but still. Weird dynamics. So no wonder why you like him. What was it? The other one's accused of the same as well. Some of the other people in OTK. I mean, Emaru.
Asmon's a great ass dude. And I know what a lot of people like to do is whenever people go into controversy, they just pretend like you don't exist no more. I think they're great fucking people, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Straight up. I don't. Yep. That's a thing that people don't have down here, man. It's fucking pathetic. It is. But that's okay. Anyways, it's a pretty hard place to be in Austin when you're not a content creator, when you're not blowing up, when you can't offer people collabs and financial motivation. But anyways, Laro put out his post, which I want to read to you guys, which is, been a minute since y'all seen me. Warning Yatfest below.
He could not help himself. Like, he literally cannot help himself. Anything he can do to make himself look good, because this has things about Tectone that are nice, and it has things about Pink that are bad. It's a good narrative for him.
Oh, Tectone sexually assaulted me.
I mean, I'm telling you, man. It could be the truth. He didn't say anything else. He said anyways.
Oh, man. Yep. You know how it goes, man. Yep. I'll be getting everybody, bro. Yep.
You might not want to joke. You might just, okay, you laughed about it. Fine. Obviously, this is your tactic that you do with things that you brush off. Let's just move on. Otherwise, it's going to get really weird really quick because you don't want me to lean in. You don't want me to make suggestions. And if you open yourself to it, I will. And I will go in hard, and it's not going to be good.
Yep. They called my dad the LeBron James of rape. So I guess I'm like the Max Verstappen of sex.
Okay. You know, when you meet somebody online that's that young, and you also have had an issue in your past as a child that you've spoken about publicly, all I'm going to say is that it increases the likelihood of you potentially taking advantage of a situation. And so you making fun of this situation, you brushing it off, it could be literally him saying that for some therapeutical reasons, or just like put it out there. You don't really know, and it may not even be that it was not consensual in his mind because of grooming. Yeah, I said it.
Sexual assault. Yeah. So
You're a fucking idiot. You need to be banned from this platform. If Hassan needs to be banned, so do you.
yeah, we have this joke because it's insane how there's like a good 8 to 10 people who have already said he didn't do it. We know he didn't do it. We were there when they said it happened. That never happened.
It happened on multiple occasions, by the way. It wasn't just one instance, Tectone. And they have a very incentivized reason to lie. Zizix Prime lied about. We went over this last video. Zizix Prime made up a fucking text message chain to make Pink look like a liar. And then, you have all of your other friends that have all these other, connections with you, or, you have them so, dependent on you that they don't really have any options but to agree with you, and they don't think you're a bad person. Ultimately, I'm sure, to some extent, but they're gonna defend you.
They say
And who knows who they really are? Honestly.
there's a third girl. They don't exist. They
Okay, so now actually fully confirmation that there is potentially this other person that has been insinuated, which I thought was his ex-wife, but it may not be.
don't realize that the entirety of, well, a large portion of my house is fucking filmed on the inside. I have security cameras on the inside. That's how fucking paranoid I am. And the amount of dumbass bitches who try to cause me issues, and it's like, there's like an army of OnlyFans girls right now that are just like, oh yeah, let me help you with everything. Please click the link in my bio. It's the most pathetic shit you'll ever see. And yeah, it's pretty much just making my life really hard. So all my friends.
Imagine if Pink was able to cooperate with somebody with her testimony. If they have two people, maybe that's why when he went to the police recently, they said that he's 100% going to be investigated, because it usually takes more than one, especially for an online personality, especially now in 2025 after the Me Too movement has kind of died down, especially in Texas. Maybe there are two cooperations, and that would definitely help the case.
Know that we're good because they were there. And so, you know, I'm not going to lie. The things they call me behind closed doors, the jokes that are told behind closed doors are hilarious, to be honest. And that's why this shit doesn't really affect me that much. But yeah, it's been a wild ride. And pretty much all of my homies, and myself included, are just like, all right, because I'm telling you, when I get exonerated, I'm going nuclear. I'm just being straight up. I am.
Are you going to get exonerated like Mizkif got exonerated, which was through like a technicality, and then say that he never did anything when in reality that wasn't the actual result of the case?
Counting the days, bro. I fantasize.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
Fucking fantasize about getting the report that says your case has been indefinitely suspended, because you can't get these.
I will make that video, and I will declare that his case has been suspended, and I will go through the nuance of it. And if there's nothing there that actually proves that he's innocent, and it's just off of a technicality or an NDA or an agreement or something like that, and Pink does not, address it, yeah, I'll continue to make videos. It will not end on my end unless there's an actual court case and a jury is present, or if they do settle out of court and Pink retracts her statement. Those are the only two ways I'm going to take back what I have said in the past.
These cases closed, by the way. Fun fact. I don't know if you guys know that. You can't get these cases closed. And people are going to say, oh, well, the case isn't closed, it's suspended. You cannot close these cases. The best you can get is indefinitely suspended. That's the best you can get. Straight. You can Google that, by the way. You can Google that. So I am praying.
I think that's true. A lot of these are open cases, and they remain open for a while.
To God, I get that to happen. Why? Because SA is a thing where you don't need any proof to get someone convicted. That's the truth, by the way. It's the only crime where you don't need proof to get someone convicted. And maybe I'm a little bit wrong about this. Someone can feel free to correct me.
Yeah, it's a little. I think there was a time that the courts were a little bit more lenient, but it's getting a little harder now.
This is just what I believe I've been told by my lawyers, which for some reason people think I don't have. I have 3 of them. I don't know why people think I don't have lawyers. Well, no.
You definitely don't have lawyers, Tectone. They would advise you not to talk. You definitely don't have lawyers.
3, and I'm about to get a 4th.
I mean, do you consider mods as a lawyer? Because you definitely don't have a lawyer. And if you do, what are they? Sal Goodman from Breaking Bad? They would tell you not to talk, Tectone. One of them would tell you not to talk. So are you taking like the one that's like Sal Goodman and the other ones are good people and you're not listening to them? Or they're good lawyers? Legitimate lawyers?
Yeah, I don't know why people don't think I have a lawyer. I don't know why they say that. But yeah, anyways, have you watched Cartel gameplay? No, I haven't got there yet. But yeah, 3, yeah, of course. Well, 1 works in a team, and the other one's kind of like one where he helped for online issues, but he doesn't have any jurisdiction in Texas. So now I'm trying to get another one for another specific issue with the same person I'm having to hopefully speed things along, but we'll see. But yeah, the jokes that are told behind closed doors for this shit is hilarious. But when justice is served, and I do believe that justice will be served, it's going to be great. And I'm very, very, very excited. And shame on every... Oh, my God. I had a phone call with somebody the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I had a phone call with somebody the other day.
Yeah.
This is a real story. This is a real story.
I'm going to let him say.
I had a phone call with this guy. And he was a friend of both of us.
Oh, sorry. Was he above the age of 18? Okay, go ahead.
He's a friend of both of ours. Both of us. Right? Between me and the other person. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I didn't want to reach out to anybody because it's traumatic what I went through. It's fucking traumatic. It's horrible. And I wish this upon not even my worst enemies. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But I didn't really want to talk about it to anybody. And so this person went to go hear their side, but they never went out to hear my side. And then I hear rumblings of them saying, well, they never talked to me, so what am I supposed to think? So I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll give them a call.
There we go.
I give him a call, and TLDR of this conversation, this guy asked me for proof. And I said, okay, I can actually provide proof. And you guys have all seen this already. When all...
Wait, whoa. The proof was that 5% receipt that you provided that we've debunked, that I made 2 separate videos on. The first one showcasing that you're trying to provide proof, only 5%. And then the next one saying that 95% of what Pink was saying is true. And the 5% you provided were false.
All this shit started happening. There was them claiming that I put an NDA on someone to where they can't talk about it. And if you guys don't know...
Here we go. I'm going to go back to this. You can't put an NDA on Tommy May, but I You can if you settle out of court. And it's not considered criminal. Then you can NDA people. Let's be very fucking clear. And you can't prosecute if you don't have a victim. So if Freeman became someone that was willing to settle and not go through the courts and, you know, if she had any allegations, then you can NDA because it's civil. You have to have a victim in order to prosecute. SA specifically. A victim that's willing to testify, a victim that's willing to put their name out there, that's the part of it. That's why it's possible to convict somebody even if you don't have evidence, because it is basically he said, she said, and it's about credibility at that rate.
If you guys don't know, there's this thing called the Speak Out Act, which means, and I'll just show you here, a Speak Out Act is an act of Congress which prevents the enforcement of non-disclosure agreements and incidents of sexual assault and harassment. What that means, in case you can't read plain English, is that that's something legally that you...
Yeah, you keep on using this, Tectone. You keep on using this, but there are ways around it, period. There have been plenty of NDAs for people who have later been called out for having essays against them. Stormy Daniels, right? Stormy Daniels. I just thought of it off the top of my head. Stormy Daniels. Well, she's not credible. She's the only fan. She was there for clout. Doesn't count. Well, technically, she went to the court every possible avenue, and she's been found to be truthful. And I think all of her cases were found to be true. And I think she got convictions in all of them.
Cannot do. And it's a lie. You legally cannot do that. Right?
And Trump did it with Stormy Daniels, because you can't, if they say it's a marital dispute or something else and it's not actually SA harassment, then you can NDA. And then all that goes away. So Tectone using this is very convenient for him to continuously spread this narrative that nothing happened with Freem, his ex-wife, when it could have. I'm not saying it did, but it could have.
That was made up. It's
and she wouldn't be able to say otherwise. She would break the NDA if she did.
Fabricated. that doesn't exist. You cannot do that. And so I say, okay, well, there's me catching them in one literal legal.
Okay, that's your supposed receipt. Not a very good one. Move on. Next one.
Impossibility right there. And they said, yeah, that's true. And I shit you not, they said, but I've already kind of like been thinking about you this way for 4 months. So to be honest, I just kind of just don't fuck with you anymore.
What do you expect, man? This is the community that you've cultivated as well. You want somebody to think differently? That's not how people think. I mean, I do, but many other people don't.
And I'm just like, okay, so let me get this right. So because you believed a lie for 4 months, you just never want to talk to me again.
No, you didn't provide enough proof. Ain't nobody believe you don't have an NDA with Freem. Ain't nobody believe that. I don't believe that.
Okay. And that's what people don't understand about this situation is no matter what happens, I've lost so much, it's crazy. But I'm hoping the vindication arc is going to be worth it.
You just had like 2 tweets about how many viewers you've had, record numbers, and how much support you've been given. You've not lost anything. You talking about friends, relationships? Is that why you want to move out of your house? Because you don't want to be in Austin anymore? Because you just want to break ties because of the name that you've basically gotten in the area?
That's actually gross. Trust me, I absolutely agree. Now let's keep going here.
Yeah, your whole community is gross then.
Let's keep going here. I moved out a bit ago. I haven't seen my family except for short trips in a while, so I'd like to move near them so I can connect more.
I did not even expect this to be this long and this involved, but this may be the most substantial video I've made in a while.
I'm so blessed in life and truly think I'm one of
I
the
think I'm going to edit the shit out of it too.
luckiest people on earth. Overall, this has been my favorite arc in life. I changed so much and made so many good friends I'll cherish for life. I have my family by blood, and now I do have a family I chose. I'm goddamn so blessed. I love this guy so much. I came here originally to help Techie out and to seek a new path in life. I made some mistakes and regretted being a hoeless bum for a long time. I remember there was this girl maybe like a year and a half ago, and she would just come over to hang out with Laro. Laro had a thing for her. And her personality was just about as entertaining as a fucking wet paper bag. Right? And this bitch was so dumb. One of those dumbass bitches where like they don't know anything entertaining to say, so they just gotta fucking lie. Right? And so after we didn't fuck with her no more, she went to every motherfucker in Austin and was just saying that we talked hella shit about everybody. Like,
You probably did. You probably did. That's probably why she didn't want to have a conversation with you, because you guys were awkward. Awkward.
I'm telling you, the amount of fake bitches who have been in Austin who saying that me and my group been talking shit about everybody and everybody believed them
I believe him.
is insane. Like legit, I feel
You're a shit talker.
like this is just my life now. That I gotta get punished and we gotta get punished for shit we never said, never did. Like straight up.
Shut the fuck up. Do content. Make that money. Then there's no problem, right, Tectone? But you sit here and drama farm and collect money from Japan and Chinese companies that don't give a shit. And because, you know, when you do stream, it boosts their numbers and it gives them what they want, and then you never play that game again.
It's legit, bitch. Can you just DM me? If you hear that shit, just DM me and say what.
Yeah, just DM me so I can talk myself out of it. So I can tell you everything you want to hear and say, no, I thought through. That didn't happen. So I can be a manipulative little fucking bitch ass alpha fucking trans Tectone.
What's up? It's really that easy.
It's
That's
really
so-
that easy. I don't have any problems lying or saying what the actual, like, the truth when it isn't. It's false. But I'll say it's the truth. I'll be like, no, I never said that. That's a lie. They're lying. They're the ones that have a problem, not me.
Fucking cringe. Oh, I absolutely agree. It was so fucking lame.
It's all fucking cringe. So cringe. That's why I have relationships with people that are 10 years younger than me because I am super mature and responsible.
And so Laro got depressed as shit because this bitch went out
Holy
and was
crap,
telling hella
Crash.
lies. Straight up. Like, this bitch was telling hella lies. And it sucks because obviously they said that, oh, well, they were talking all this shit because they came over one day. And I remember the day they said, and I remember when they said it happened. And they said, oh, they came over this one day. We were talking hella shit. So I sat down with the guy and I said, okay, so they said that we were here talking shit about you on this day. Okay. So here's the footage of us sitting here the entire time, and all we're doing is watching fucking Moana. And I went through all of the security footage. The entire time. And I'm like, just like, damn, bro. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, the fact that I got to do this shit.
Wait. Okay, wait. Whoa. He has security footage inside his rooms? Like, bedrooms? Or they're in the living room, I'm assuming, right? Okay. Does it have audio? How the fuck are you gonna know if somebody is able to pick up audio of everybody? All the time? Whenever you're not even there in there, so you can go and watch your back to spy on your friends?
Shit is insane. Because what's crazy is you got these dumbass OnlyFans sluts.
Oh my God, here we go.
Who will come out of nowhere and say, yeah, this person's did this. And then you're like, oh my God, I can't believe you asked them for proof. Now prove you didn't do it. What?
But that is obviously directed at Pink, by the way.
Like, what the fuck is this shit? It's just like, this shit is so, like, this is the shit where I get why people become incels.
Are you self-reporting?
Straight up. Like, for all y'all who have given up on women.
No. You need to leave Tectone's community. You need to leave the Andrew Tate community. Women are complicated. Don't get me wrong. And some of them, and men, are toxic. Yes, it's a dangerous game out there for sure. But the benefits tend to outweigh the negatives in many cases, even if it is a failed life. The one without love tends to be less great in many cases. So you probably should be out there looking for it.
And people in general.
He wants you in this chat so you keep on spending the money on his game so he enriches himself while he hires, apparently, because he's an incel, why he gets OnlyFans girls to, I don't know, act like they like him, do what he wants them to do, role play.
I get you. And same thing to women who give up on men. I'm getting to a point where I'm just like, I just don't want to fuck with nobody no more. Straight up. Like, people are retarded. It's straight up wild, bro. It's straight up wild. Like, legit. I am genuinely thinking,
Yep.
fuck everybody.
Okay.
I'm going to just have a kid. I might even have 3 kids. Get my beautiful soon-to-be wife.
Sounds weird, but okay, go ahead.
Get a fucking cabin in the woods and just say, nah, fuck everybody, bro.
Interesting.
It's so bad.
And that's what every cult leader does.
Like, I'm 31.
Okay, so he's 31. I didn't know how old he was. So he would have been 31. I don't know how it works out for timeline wise. 31, 5.5 years ago, 25. Luro was 18, 7-year difference.
31. And in every aspect of my life, I'm always like, well, shit, maybe it'll get better. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe I just got unlucky. Maybe I'll give another person a shot. And it all ends the same. Out of the literal thousands of people I've met, I like maybe 6 people. like maybe 6 people. Straight up.
This is not very positive for your community, man.
Like to my core, people who I would genuinely trust with my soul to never backstab me. Maybe 6. Maybe 6.
I'm going to take a guess and make that 0.
And the problem with all this is then the question comes up to me of maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah, maybe you are.
My problem is I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't. But I can't tell. Chat, type 1 if you feel like me. Type 2 if you don't feel like me.
Oh, my God.
I feel like probably a lot of people feel like that.
Oh, my God.
And that's crazy how a lot of
Look at this cesspool, dude.
motherfuckers think like that.
Yeah, it's the Andrew Tate effect, you fucking dumb motherfucker. It's this fucking toxic culture that we currently live in. This anti-woke fucking stupid shit, which I get some of the backlash, but not all of it. Not this insular behavior. It's one thing to be a gamer and to like that and not want any girls or whatever else. That's one thing. I don't consider that an incel. You can learn a lot and become very enriched and educated by playing video games, watching entertainment, reading books, stuff like that, doing your own projects and stuff. Is these fucking people who don't do that, who sit here and fucking drama farm, who fucking propagate an audience and cultish sheepish behavior like Andrew Tate, Tectone behavior, that really are the issue. Because they become super bitter. Gamers, we have escapes. We have things that make us so that we don't, if we're in, a bad time or if we're going through relationship issues or whatever else, we can use that to leverage it. And that's therapeutic in some cases. We also seek therapy. There's other avenues as well. But no. This is just cesspool behavior right here.
Because
he's loving this as well. This just further indicates that they're all tracking with him and he can continue to talk about this and they're on board. This should be banned by Twitch, interacting chat like this. It's extremely unhealthy behavior.
that's how it is. Like, it really is like that.
This guy gonna cry? He's looking for them extra donos. Please don't cry. Dude, this video was only supposed to be 10 minutes long. Oh my God.
And that's what's fucked up. Is that the world is a dark ass place.
Yeah, and you're contributing to it.
It is. It's fucked up, bro. And I genuinely wish I knew if I was doing something wrong, what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I accept people too quickly. I remember I told this dude that I fucked with him off the get-go. And like within 3 days, I considered him like a good friend. Because like our personalities sync like that. And then he says, well, I've only known you for like 5 months, so I feel like I don't know anything about you. And I'm like, what the fuck? How long you gotta know somebody before you fuck with them?
Ain't nobody know you in 3 days. Ain't nobody know you in 5 months. Especially you, Tectone. You don't know you. Ain't nobody know you.
I don't know. Am I crazy here? I feel like that's insane.
This could be another manipulative tactic as well, to try to rewire his community's brains, because he wants them to establish a relationship with him like within a day and not take years and years and years. This could be like one of those reverse psychology things.
Like, I feel like that's fucking wild, bro. Like, I'll be real, like,
I hope he's going to therapy. He does not look so good. He's crashing out so bad right now.
The majority of my
He thinks he's winning, but he's actually taking a big ass L, in my opinion.
relationships have started 1 week after of me meeting him. Maybe I just move fast because I'm in a military family. Oh, Jesus. Yikes. Ugh. Guys, my family has killed people. That doesn't mean that I've killed people, okay? I didn't get their kill streak. I didn't get that kill streak. But I moved like every 6 months to a year.
That's true. That's normal for military families. Go ahead.
So maybe I just move faster. I don't really know how that goes.
That could be. And I'll be honest. If you grew up in a military family, obviously your dad was a colonel. That's not disputable at this point. They will have different posts throughout their career. A lot of times they do last longer if they're a colonel, but then again, a lot of that was pretty I think it was pretty vitriolic at the end there for you. So especially for him in his career, you're younger. Yeah, that could have a lasting effect. You need therapy. 100% Tectone. You need therapy. You need therapy bad. Like super bad.
But yeah, let's keep going here. But thanks to that arc, I've got an amazing job. It's something I can build towards, and friends I value as much as family. Oh, absolutely. I'll be real. I like Laro more than I like 99. I like Laro more than I like my entire family. Yeah, that's just like a fact.
Wait. Your family's soldiers, bro. Bro. Where in the fuck's your support for the soldiers now, bro? Bro. Your brothers are soldiers, bro. In the military, bro. Bro. Your father's a soldier, bro.
Yeah, straight up. Like, legit, he's the man. Like, legit. I was going to say 99%. Nah, I like him better than all my family.
Bro. He never served in the military?
And I think that's so important is that there's a family that you're born into, and there's a family you choose. And, yeah, I know when I get married, I know Laro is going to be one of my best men. 100%. And I look forward to that day. I genuinely do. I genuinely do. Yeah, he's the man. I've had a job when I was 14 to 21. I operate best in consistent base and clear goals. Content creation just isn't that for me. I'm going to get back into it soon, but now with that goal to make it full time, absolutely. I'm taking this year to hit 170 to 180 and be healthy as well. Laro at 180 would be insane. He's at 140 right now. An extra 40 pounds of meat would be insane. My whole life I've had
Ew.
identity issues.
Not like in general, but with their relationship, ew.
Sort of manifesting in my minimalist life. I don't buy anything but food. I don't have decorations. I never have any crazy takes or inputs. I'm using this training arc of mine to learn more about myself and become the dickhead I know I am. I will admit.
Okay, stop in there because the paragraph is going to be about you next. Go ahead.
And I hope Laro never watches this. There was a part.
Well, then don't fucking make a video of it. You do not make this video. Do not make this video, Tectone. Do not make this video, Tectone.
Part of life where bro was borderline like an NPC. I'm not going to lie. Where I could predict what he was going to say before he said it. Hey, Laro.
Yeah, you stripped away his identity.
You know what I'm talking about. You know that's the truth. And I know you're watching this. But yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. It was really fucking bad. That was...
You know you're watching this because I'm your cult leader. Xenu. You get it? That's codes for me and Laro. Xenu.
You know when that was during both of our peak depression arc, because I'm pretty sure I was miserable, you were miserable, and it was pretty much just operating on means to survive at that point. Honestly, it was like 4 months of he's going to say this, he's going to say that. It was literally, he would come out of his room. Hey guys, what's going on? What are you going to do today? All right. That's it. Next day. Hey guys, what's going on? What are you going to do today? All right. Back to his room. Every 24 hours. We were, guys, I cannot express to you how fucking miserable we were. I am praying to God Laro makes a video talking about how fucking miserable it was. I would love to react to it, but we were fucking miserable. Yeah. Thank you so much, Tectone, for showing me a new perspective of life. and give me time to worry about things other than money and if I can afford my rent.
How many minutes do you think he's going to spend on this paragraph? I'm going to say at least 3. Start in at the end. So I'll start at the end. I'll count down. I'll even be annoyed. Well, I'll count down on the side. Okay. I'll set a timer. Hold on 1 second. I've never set a timer, but I think I know the button. Oh, here we go. I got timers right there. I got a 3-minute timer right there ready for me. Okay.
You're my best friend and I love you, all homo included. I love you too, bro. All homo. And Laro, trust me, I understand that you and I kind of have a relationship where it's like we love each other, but we don't want to say it because that would be gay. And I know you're a guy, and let's just be real, Laro, you are very uncomfortable showing your true emotions. You are. A little bit of therapy for you, man. A little bit of therapy. I saw Laro cry for the second time yesterday, as I was also crying yesterday. It was great. But yeah, work on emotional vulnerability, Laro. You got this, man.
Wait.
You got this.
Ain't
I know
no
you're going
way.
to come back stronger.
Ain't no way.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'll be honest. 40 seconds. Pretty good time. But then again, he's not really his friend, so why would he spend more time on that?
Lil Shinya for being a consistent friend to me. I grew an awful habit of holding myself in my room, and you always dragged me out. You're also thoughtful and maybe want to improve my gift giving, which sucks balls. Oh my God, I remember. Laro, oh my God, the past couple months, he was like, oh yeah, dude, I want to do shit, I want to do shit, I want to do shit. Okay, I'll invite all these people over, and let's watch like a show. Let's watch like WrestleMania. Like, okay. Laro would come over, stay out there for 5 minutes, go back into his room, play League of Legends. I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like,
Yeah, your friends suck. That's probably why, too.
come on, bro. Like, get off that fucking machine. It was bad. Yep, Laro's here. What up, man? Yep, it was
Welcome, Laro.
bad. I know.
Zeno.
I know. King Anna, you always seem so invested in the happenings of my life. It made me feel like I should be invested in myself and my friends to grow something. I truly appreciate you. Anna's the sweetest. She really is. She really is. Oh my God. Laro doesn't know this, but I'm about to dock Sophia so hard. And Laro's here. Oh, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. I can't handle watching Sophia cry. When Laro left, Sophia cried like a bitch.
Oh my God. Why do you even talk like this? She's probably sad. She's probably scared, out of her mind.
Like, she cried so hard because, oh my God. Oh, I feel so bad. So Sophia has like kind of a hard time interfacing with people because she just has a thing where like she feels that like nobody likes her. And this sucks, but like Sophia.
You can use that to your advantage, huh, Tectone? You like that? So Laro has that issue. Sophia has that issue. A lot of your friends have that issue, apparently. And you capitalize on it? Potentially? Possibly? I mean, that's speculation. I don't know why you're even making this thing so fucking long. We're at like an hour and a half already as it is.
Sophia really liked Laro. Like really liked Laro. And oh my God, like she always wanted to talk to him, but she just couldn't bring herself to do it. And whenever she did, she was like, John, I finally talked to Laro. It was so good. It was so fun. Oh my God. And when Laro left, she was just like, I'm really sad. I really wanted to talk to him more, but I was just so nervous. I really hope he doesn't think that I hated him. I really wanted to talk to him, but I just couldn't do it. I was too nervous.
Sophia's not 30 years old, by the way. Sophia is like 20-something as well. All these people have like developmental issues, in my opinion. I know that's not a knock, okay? I get it. There's been a lot of issues happening in the world. There's a lot of development issues in the world, and it reflects badly on the generations that are growing up. But Jesus fucking Christ, Tectone, you're 30 years old, man. What are you doing with these people? What is this fucking dynamic at your house? What weird shit is happening, man?
Do you think he hates me? And I'm like, no. Oh, it was so sad. It was so sad, bro. But yeah,
Hi
dude.
Techie, good
Dude,
morning.
Sophia
3.
cried like a bitch yesterday. Uh, but yeah. Let's keep going here. VCTF, David, the GOAT, Zizix, Colin, Zenith, Chris Jen, Sophia, Brian, Meowdlin.
So we've actually referenced Colin twice now in the last 2 days. And I'm not going to say anything more other than to say I do have some information on Colin, which I may or may not talk about at some point.
You guys made me feel like I belonged. I've had this issue for a while where it's hard for me to reach out because I feel inferior to others. That was a really bad issue because nobody ever saw Laro as inferior. But like, you guys got to understand, like, the problem with me is that I'm very open with what I do in my life, which can lead a lot of people to actually feeling inferior, right? Because like, you guys got to understand, right? Like, when I just say facts about myself, it makes people's jaw hit the floor. You know what I mean?
W.
Like when I
No, it doesn't. Or it shouldn't. And if you surround yourself with only people that literally react like that, my God.
say I'm in the top 100 English speaking content creators on the earth,
Oh my God. It got even worse, man. It was even the worst. It was like the worst example. I thought he was going to be like, I'm 6'6". I could then be like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty fucking tall. I would be like, okay. I'd react to that. I'd be like, yeah, you're fucking tall. I have to look up to you. You know, that's intimidating. But he talks about his content creation, how big he is. And you're wondering why you don't have any friends. You're wondering why you always get used and abused potentially. And I don't think that's the case. I think you actually are the one doing it. But at the same time, okay, fine, whatever. We'll fucking play that narrative. We'll role play that narrative for 2 seconds. And this is the kind of conversations you have. Hey, I just want to let you guys know that I'm like, I'm a really fucking important person. Shut the fuck up, dude. Mingle. Do fucking do some cooking, cleaning, normal behavior shit while you're having people over and talking. Instead of be like, oh my God, guys, idolize me. Idolize me, I'm your God. You gotta understand there's 8 billion people in the world, and I'm 100. I'm 100 exclusive club.
that's not an exaggeration. That's the truth.
That I can't handle it.
Right? And then when I say, bro, I just made $300,000 last month, that's not an exaggeration. That's the truth. And the problem is when there's people around me and they hear that shit, when they're working like minimum wage or are jobless, it's like, well, what the fuck? Right? So yeah, I totally get this. And it's something that I blame myself
This guy needs to get banned from Twitch ASAP.
for, but you guys know you're not saying facts, you're bragging. Bro,
Thank fucking God. Thank God the chatter out there who's going to get banned in the next 2 seconds or going to get brought up and asked to call himself out. There's at least one in there. It wasn't me either. There's at least one in there willing to at least push back a little bit. Thank you. Normal people that are not in the Matrix do exist.
can't help that the truth about my life sounds like a brag. Right?
Bro, there are many truths about my life. There's many truths about many people's lives that could be considered facts, but would be considered bragging. That's why we don't fucking say it. You narcissistic pig.
Like, I try to be transparent with y'all
No.
when I'm up.
You try to leverage, intimidate, and use that to your advantage, friend. You know exactly what you're doing. It may be subconscious, which is why you need therapy really fucking bad. You need to, in this order, you need to get banned from Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, which you're not going to get banned from Twitter or Kick or whatever else. And then you need to go to therapy in that order.
Or when I'm down. I have always showed you guys my analytics, whether they were up or whether they were down. I've always been transparent.
Yeah, it helps you regardless. If you're down, they'll help you. If you're up, you're God. It looks good either way. Doesn't matter.
With how things go. Always. Because that is so important.
It's bragging. It's bragging.
It is so important to me. When I do sponsors, guys, I literally tell you how much I'm making when I'm doing them.
Yeah.
Right? I tell you every time, hey guys, I just got a sponsor for one night in the Mr. Beast Forest. One night in the Mr. Beast Forest means $10,000. Right? I've made this very clear. That's why I always tell you guys, I make 1.5 nights in the Mr. Beast Forest. Because I always tell you, I try to be incredibly transparent in my entire life. And maybe that's a problem. Maybe that's why people don't do it. But I like informing you guys of how my life is going. I like informing you guys of how much I'm being monetarily incentivized to play a shitty fucking game, or whether it's good or not. I even tell you guys when the game sucks. I say, if I say the water looks incredible in this game, that means it's fucking shit and not worth your download. All I do is try to be transparent with anything. The only time I lie is when I play Among Us, right? But I try very hard to be transparent with everything, which can lead some people to feel not too well in my life. And I don't know. I don't know if it's a bad habit of mine or not. I don't know if it's a bad thing to do as a content creator or not, but I don't know. I don't like having secrets. That's why when I get accused of being called a liar, I just don't really enjoy that, because I've kind of made it a point for my audience to know that I'm always telling them exactly what I need to tell
Selective truths. Bragging. Sure.
them, besides when I protect a CC that's being a shithead. Other than that, I try very hard to be very transparent with my audience. Yeah. I appreciate you guys for always being around. If I didn't include you, it's because I don't like you. He wrote that as a joke, but that's the truth. Straight up, if you aren't on that list, he don't fuck with you at all. At all. And I love the fact that he wrote this. Thanks Shy Lily Twitch and Silvervale for merely existing. Big dubs. Life is good. Not gonna lie, parasocial as fuck, buddy. Parasocial as fuck. Not gonna lie, buddy. Not gonna lie. I'd like to be back in Austin, in my own place, when I come back from Japan at the end of the year. I plan on being different than I am now and to reach out more. Very good. Laro has a lot of friends who also just like never fucking reach out. So I think he may have gotten to a bad habit of he himself not reaching out. So I think it's very good that he's going to start reaching out more. I'm so fucking lucky to have friends I cry about and miss so damn much. And it's only been 20 minutes. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Also, P.S. I hate Pink. She's my only complaint about Austin. Fuck that hoe. Thanks for reading. Love y'all. Yep. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That shit was so bad. His words. Laro is the fucking man, bro. Laro is the fucking man. And Laro, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for bringing that person in my life. I know that really negatively affected you, and I'll be real, I should have listened to you, and I apologize. And I've never told you that, but I do apologize for all that, man. I do. And, well, at least you can see that I'm getting punished for it, right? Maybe that makes you feel better. Yep. Anyways, I love that guy. I look forward to Laro coming back soon, and hopefully he'll do some content creation in the future. Love this dude. He's the fucking man. Thanks for watching. Hell yeah. Bright future for both of y'all. Yeah, that's the hope, man. Doubt it? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Lots of stuff in Daily Scramble to go through. We're doing that today. Hey, man, we're going through so much today. It's fucking crazy. You're not top 100. You're top 25.
Okay, well, I don't think I have to say much more than what I've already said. I'm going to try to edit this down to make it look pretty interesting, hopefully. And hopefully it's going to catch people's interest, at least early on. I'll try to do the front end stuff like I usually do if there's some pretty impactful stuff, which there seems to be in this video. Also gonna get Laro's age and stuff or try to find that out, but I'll do that in a separate recorded on the back end. My name is Bazooz. If you like this content, like, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.